Gateway Gamers podcast.
Hello, welcome to Gateway Gamers Podcast. My name is Brian Marvel, joined, as always, with my good friend, R.P. Walsh. How are you, sir?
Good friend.
Good friend. Great friend. Love. Heterosexual life partner.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, how's it going?
I'm doing well, doing well.
I missed you. I missed
Yeah,
you.
I was about to jump
Yeah,
in. It's been a busy summer.
been some time.
We have not been able to get together as much as we'd like, which is fine. We both recharged our batteries. I recently went on vacation. You are going on vacation.
Yeah, in a couple days.
Yeah. So we're kind of briefly talking. You're going with Audra's family, who are big gamers. What are some of the games on the docket? What's like the game that you kind of bring on vacation?
So the game that I bring on vacation is with this side is Thanos Rising is huge with my brother-in-law.
Okay.
For a while, he was obsessed with it, so I stopped bringing it around because I got tired of playing it. And tried to introduce like Marvel United and these other games, and maybe even one of the games we're going to talk about today. I might bring with me, but one of the Audra's family, they're huge board game fans, and as we've done this podcast, I swear they've played less and less board games and more just kind of dice related quick card games
Okay.
like Happy Salmon and Taco Goat Cheese Pizza and
Awesome
Left
game.
Center Right. That is what gets played a lot. They really enjoy that. So I come with like a big bag of games and then it doesn't get touched.
Yep.
So yeah, we've tried Family Feud as well. I enjoy playing that. But yeah, nothing crazy. I would love to bring like the Harry Potter deck builder and play that, or even my Harry Potter version of Clue. But anytime I bring stuff, it usually kind of just gets left in the corner and collects dust.
Oh, I
How
know that
about
feeling.
so you just got back from Ocean City, or no, you got back from
OBX,
OBX.
baby. Outer
Sorry.
Banks, North Carolina.
Yeah, what did you take with you? What games did you play, or did you just enjoy time with each other?
Never enjoyed time with family. No, I usually have my main games that I bring. Her family just kind of knows, like, oh, there's Brian with his games. This time I knew. I'm like, I'm not gonna pack a lot. I like you, I always pack too much, and then I'm always disappointed we never get to play. The small amount of games I brought were Werewolf, which is like
Great
a
game.
deduction game, awesome game. Her family really enjoys. Her main saw it. This trip was huge. We had like 20 something adults, and then like her brother, well, my brother-in-law, her other brother, my other brother-in-law, they all kind of know. They play games with me. They're like, all right, Brian is Coup, Werewolf. Those are the mainstays. Taco Cat, Goat Cheese Pizza, like you said. Now her extended family from Georgia came up on a vacation as well. They thought we were the weirdest people on the planet. So we're in the corner playing like Werewolf, and I'm literally like, guys, quiet down, please. Quiet down. We can't hear the app. We can't hear the app. And they're like, what are you guys playing? And we're closing our eyes like the app tells you to. And they literally thought we were doing like a summoning circle of some kind.
I'm surprised you guys didn't get like a wedgie or something.
Yeah, well, trust me,
Telling
they wanted to for sure. Two of the
telling everybody
people,
telling everybody to be quiet because you
yeah,
couldn't hear the
everyone's
app.
drinking, having fun. I'm like, guys. Two people jumped in to try to play, and they were just not into it. Like I was like, all right, like you're a werewolf or you're not a werewolf, and try to explain it. They're like, so what's the point? I'm like, you just argue, it's fun. They're like, is
Yeah.
it? So that was kind of a bust. I brought out Cluster, huge
Oh,
hit. Cluster is an easy, hey, with magnets moving around, always a hit. Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza, we played, and then I played one of my new games with her nephew, the Walking Dead dice game from Skybound. It's
Oh,
yeah, so it's very interesting. You mentioned left, center, right.
yes.
It's that basically with like some added rules. Like it felt like that. So you're playing as like a survivor. There's a deck of cards. You flip the top card of the deck, and it's like Negan. And your goal in the game is like you're supposed to be collecting like stuff that you need for your camp. Like it's just very abstract and like loose. The card has like a fight value, so Negan's like a 3. You have a giant set of dice. There's like red dice, orange dice, yellow dice. Red has like the most 3-hit pips. Orange has like a bunch of 2-hit pips, and then yellow is like 1 hit. They're the weakest dice. You have a blue die that you always have to roll, and then you kind of pick how many dice you're going to roll. Altogether, I want to say you have like 12 die in front of you in your pool. You roll the blue die, and then how many die you think you need to fight the character that's in front of you. So Negan's a 3. I could beat him with like 2 orange dice. So you take the 2
Okay.
orange dice, the 1 blue die, roll them. You count the pips, and then the blue die has like different effects. So it'll have like a bite mark. You take a wound. Um, has like a +2. You add 2 to your dice roll. Just has like more pips to add to your dice roll. The 1 cancels out like an
Hmm.
attack that the card does. Like it's just very simple. Like nothing. After you finish that, either you attack the person, collect the points, or you get hit and you lose a wound. You have 3 wounds. The die that you use, you pass to the next player, and your pool gets smaller.
Hmm.
You play until you go like, all right, my turn's done, and then you collect the amount of scavenged materials that you get from the cards. If you get hit 3 times, you lose everything. So it's like a press your luck,
Yeah, it
like left, center, right.
sounds.
My biggest
It's
problem is there's no theme. So there's a Walking Dead version, there's an Invincible version, and there's a Hellboy version. All 3 play exactly the same. It's just different blue die symbols. Other than that, it uses the same yellow, red, and
that's lazy.
like orange die. And then the cards, instead of having Negan on it, it'll have some Hellboy bad guy, and you're collecting something. Or Invincible, it's like you're collecting clout to be a great hero. Instead of Negan, it'll have the brains from episode 32. So it's just a
Okay.
very tacked on theme. It didn't work for me. I love dice game. I don't mind a press your luck game,
Did the
but
nephew like it?
I need more theme. He was fine. He was like, oh, okay. Like he just
Probably fits his like
he
age
understood it and he
range.
played it with me. Whether he liked it or not, I'm not sure. But I
Yeah,
was
it
very disappointed.
sounds kind of boring.
Yeah, I'm not huge Walking Dead, but I'm huge on Invincible. So I was like, oh, like maybe I'll get the Invincible one. But I played it. I could literally be like, I played it already. I don't like it.
Yeah, you don't like it.
That was kind of disappointing. Other than that, uh, we didn't really play much, which is fine.
Yeah,
It hurt my heart a little, but it was fine.
but you're out. You're enjoying each other's
Yeah.
company, doing other things. Kids, you know.
So my big question is when you drive, are you in charge of music? Or is it who's driving? Like what's the
So, it depends what car. If we're in my car, so I just say that because my car is a Apple CarPlay plug-in.
okay.
Audra's car is an Apple CarPlay Bluetooth Connect. So it's really like if we're driving her car, it's kind of like a
she
little bit of roulette to
she
see
usurps it, yeah.
who connects. But typically, yeah, it's whoever's driving
Mm,
gets to pick the music. It has, I guess, preference of the music. I'm nice a lot of the time, and I'd let Audra just say, okay, whatever you want, because my
mm.
shuffle is random. How
No,
about you?
it was a big fight.
Really?
So
Well, what did Meg you just want to listen to like movie scores and stuff the entire
oh
ride?
my God. It's either music scores, which I'm kind of fine with, or like the most depressing, like sad music. So like I jumped in on the way home and I was literally like falling asleep. I was like, can I put on a podcast or something? Because I like talk radio. I like things
Yeah.
talking and people talking. So it was a huge fight. I listened to your podcast, of course, previously recorded, cheap plug, and she was
Thank
fine
you.
with
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, but I listened to a few like board game podcasts because I'm like, you know what? It's a 7 hour drive. Like I'm gonna listen to what I want to listen to while I'm driving. I told her to close her eyes. But I listened to Back of the Cereal Box podcast. Shout out to those
Oh,
guys, huge fans. And
what?
I found a new board game podcast. Two nice guys, Tom and Kev, and the 20-minute tabletop podcast. Awesome
20
podcast. If
minutes?
you're 20 minutes, guaranteed.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and they do it. They do it well. At first, so we actually are kind of friendly. I talked to them a bit through the Facebook. and we've been helping each other out. And I was like, man, 20-minute tabletop. I don't know. Like that's a nice niche, but that's kind of tough. But they are, I don't know, like easily over 10 episodes, if not 10, and it's 20 minutes a pop each episode. It's the perfect car
Well, I
ride
mean, if
from
you,
my front of my house to when I pull into work.
that's a good idea.
It's a
It's a,
perfect.
I will say, like when we started, like the way that we were, if you cut out like our beginning and just get to the game, we probably could cover it in 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, easily. Our banter. We've gotten shorter. We've cut down for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom and Kev over at the 20-minute tabletop podcast. Check them out if you're looking for a new podcast. After you listen to ours, of course, jump
Of
over to
course.
theirs.
Stay subscribed.
Um, but she hated it all. So she's like, oh my God, what they talk about now? Like, oh, more board games. And then
Yeah.
uh
I get
the
that.
the back of the cereal box, like they're talking about awesome cartoons from back in the day. And she's like, oh my God, how can you listen to this? I'm like, because I want to be happy. I don't want to listen
Out
to
there.
sad music all the time.
Yeah, Audra hit me with that. I was listening to podcast The Ride during the City Walk saga, and they were doing the Sector Keeper voice,
Yeah, I don't even bother with that show
and she's like,
anymore.
"How do you listen to this?"
She's like, so
Like
they
with
just
like
talk
Meg.
about theme parks all the time? I'm like, yes.
Says the woman who visits a theme park once a year.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to talk about it. She just wants to go.
What a nerd.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's
As
some
it's
of
somebody
our
who also visits it. That's from somebody who also
yeah,
visits a theme park multiple times a year. That's
eight
not a shot at Meg.
every 3 months.
It's just I thought that would be in her interest. But anyway,
She
continue.
doesn't listen to this podcast anymore, so I don't care. We can trash her.
Yeah, screw you,
Yeah.
Meg.
But that's kind of it. We have been busy, busy, busy. Just we've gotten together recently though to play, but we're recording over Zoom. It's just going to be the kind of routine that we're in at the moment with my schedule of work and everything else. And then RP is the busiest man alive, going to every Phillies game, following them around the world,
Hell yeah, brother.
and his trips to Disney World every 3 months, and just generally being busy. So
It's not true, but yeah,
yeah,
sure.
Zoom works for us. Zoom works for you. It
Couldn't
is what
tell.
it is.
It's seamless. It's
Exactly. If I
seamless.
didn't tell you we were on Zoom, you no.
I got this really good news I got to tell you about. Yeah. No, no, for sure, for sure.
Ah, Zoom humor. Bum bum bum. 2020 called.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
What are
if
we
you
talking about today, Brian?
see the title, we have two games that we're talking about. Two excellent games, in my opinion. I cannot wait to hear your opinion. So, do you want to be selfish and go first, or are you going to let me?
I'll go first. We'll talk.
All right.
We'll talk selfish first.
Okay. RP's going to be a little selfish. Hit me
So,
with what are we talking about today?
so today we are talking about Selfish from Ridley Games, Marvel Edition.
Mhm.
So on the cover we got the Infinity Stones, and we got Thanos, Loki, Red Skull, and Ultron.
Mhm.
Do you want me to get to the back of the box?
Hell yeah.
You are scouring the galaxy on a mission to rule the universe. Be the first villain to defeat the Avengers and reach the Infinity Stones to win. Play as your favorite villain in this devious strategy game where you must overcome multiple quests to be the first to seize the Infinity Stones. As you attempt to move closer to victory, you must cunningly preserve your power and take action to get ahead. But be warned, the Avengers stand in your way. Do you have what it takes to defeat the superheroes and take the Infinity Stones for yourself? Only the most selfish villain will win. It's 2 to 4 villains, ages 10 and up, and 20-minute playtime. Perfect for that other podcast.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
awesome.
so yeah, that's the back of the box of Selfish. It comes with action cards, power cards, mission cards,
You're just reading
and
everything on the back of the
then
box, huh?
your heroes, yeah, or your villains, I should say.
We got this game. Ridley's was nice enough to send us this game. Nick over at Ridley Games, thank you so much. They have 8 different
Hey,
versions of this game.
hey, Nick, thanks for not being selfish,
Yeah,
but being marvelous and sending us this.
exactly. So Nick reached out. He was like, "Hey, like we're doing this selfish month promotion, blah blah blah. Would you like a copy?" And I literally in the message like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome." I was like, "Can I be selfish and ask for the Marvel edition?" I was like, "My last name's Marvel," and he was like, "Oh hell yeah, we'll get that out to you." So I saw there's a Star Wars edition, there's a space edition, I think there's a pirate edition. So there's Disney Villainous Edition. I didn't see too many people who got the Marvel edition, so
Good for us.
kudos to Nick and me being a little selfish and asking for it. Selfish is a race to the finish. Take that game. Like RP said, it's card-based game where you are racing as your favorite villain to collect the Infinity Stones and not be slowed down or beaten by the heroes, the Avengers mostly. What were the four villains in the game?
So the four villains were Ultron, Loki, Red Skull, and Thanos.
Yeah, some four
So
big ones.
yeah, the four big ones, definitely in the MCU. I think if you went comic book, you might be able to pull a couple, maybe one bigger, but I mean that's pretty much the big bads of the
Hmm.
of the Marvel universe. Maybe Magneto, but Magneto can also be a hero. So,
Hmm.
but each villain has a special ability that makes them a little bit unique. Um, do you want me to just kind of go through them?
Yeah, sure. And these were only, you can only use these once per game, from what I
Correct,
remember. Yeah.
correct. And so they're on the colorful side, and when you use it,
Hmm.
you flip it to the dull side. So Ultron's special ability is no one can use any action cards or their special ability on their next go. Loki is steal a card of any kind from every player,
Mm,
kind of thematic.
brutal.
Red Skull is steal a single power card from everyone, and
Brutal.
Thanos is no one can travel on their next turn.
Not as brutal as the other ones.
Not as brutal, but I mean, kind of in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things, it does hurt if you actually use it. Um, so there's multiple phases to the game as well. There's three phases,
Hmm.
which I don't want to be selfish and talk too much here. But do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, absolutely. Go through it. Hit me with the
Uh,
phases.
so there's three phases of the game. The first phase is you either there's two draw piles. There's a power draw pile and a action card pile. And as I said, the power is what you use to kind of what you need to win the game. You always kind
Hmm.
of have to have some. There'll be event cards that come up where the Avengers might ask you to or you have to fight the Avengers, so you lose power.
Hmm.
Or you use power to travel and you have to move up the 5 or 6 spaces
Yeah,
to
they get
get to
six
the end.
bases. Yeah.
Get to the end. And your opponents may try and take some of those power cards for you. So when we played, I found that the power cards were more important than the action cards.
Yeah.
But the action cards will allow you to, maybe draw an extra one or steal somebody's, or next turn you're not allowed to grab any.
Hmm.
So at the beginning of phase one, you get to decide which one you want to pick. So there's the power cards or the action cards. And then you head into phase two, where you play as many actions as you would like, or use your special ability. So when we were playing, I think we only needed to play like one action card at a time, but I think you were allowed to play more than
Yeah.
one if you
There
wanted.
was a weirdly worded two-player thing that
Yeah,
I was very hung up on.
you were very hung up on. I understood it is that
Yeah.
we're only allowed to play one,
Yeah, for two
and you
players.
said you may play one, and
Yeah.
you were so hung up on
Yeah,
it
because I still am. You
because
may play one,
but you don't have to.
but you don't
That's
have to. You
all it
can
is.
play more.
No, it didn't. You may play one. It didn't say you may play more than one. It was just you may play one,
Tomato,
and
tomato.
that's a big difference. Grammar's important, I guess. Maybe a comma might have helped. I guess
Hmm.
I don't know. And then you go into phase three, and you pay one power no matter what, or you can pay two power and travel one space.
Yeah.
So those are the three phases, and then your opponent goes, or it's not necessarily you're not necessarily
Your
like
rival.
competing.
Your
Yeah,
rival
you
goes.
kind of
You
are.
are competing though. You're racing.
And
It's a race game.
there's a tracker, and it's got the Avengers on it, and then the Infinity Stones at the
Yeah.
end. But yeah, that's basically it. It's really simple, really straightforward. We played 2 rounds of it. I think we split. I don't remember. Did you win one?
I think you won one, I won one. But
Yeah.
so what
So we
is it?
split.
At the beginning of the game, you're handed like X amount of power cards. And if I remember the first time we played, we were just like, oh, okay, power cards. And the first game we were like super action heavy, not realizing if you ran out
Well,
of power, you lost.
that's what happened is that when we played the first time, you were playing action cards where I was just using up my power.
Hmm.
And then we got to the one action card where it was like you need to pay two, and I only had one left.
Yeah.
And when you're out, the game's over. You
Game's
lose.
over. Yeah.
So it's not even like, you go back to the bottom, it's over. It's very
Hmm.
quick.
Yeah.
Very, very quick game. So that's what I liked about it. And then the second turn, I did win, I think, but you were
I
hitting
think
me
I
with some
lost on
action
the
cards.
last turn.
I
Like
think
we
so
couldn't
too.
find a ruling. Like so in the game, like RP said, there's like a tracker next to you. It's just kind of like it just looks nice. Like it doesn't really do anything. But you're playing cards in a line of six. You want to get six of these event cards out, and then when you pass those six event cards or mission cards or whatever they're exactly called, you get to the Infinity Stone and you win. And
Yeah.
then so on your turn, you're either playing, I think, two power cards to flip a mission card to advance. The mission card flips, it's like, hey, the
Oh
Avengers are
yeah.
here, lose two power. Hey, you're
Sometimes it'll be
you're
that,
good this space.
yeah, like something will be like no powers lost this turn.
Mm,
Or who like discard one power or steal one card from another player. Like
yeah.
so the
It's
mission
random, but
cards
it's
are,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
are random. But yeah, no, I think
Yeah, but it
that's like,
was what was it? To advance you had to pay two power,
yep.
but even if you didn't advance, you lost one power. So it was like
Might as well pay two.
yeah, you had to like balance where I said like Loki and Red Skull steal power from you, so it was good. It was a good balance. Like I thought it was a good game. So we'll do our usual like five talk through. So theme, I enjoyed the theme because it's Marvel, but let's be honest, it's a little like there wasn't much. I didn't feel like
No, I agree.
powerful. Like I didn't feel like Thanos. Like he didn't have anything different in his mission cards that
Yeah,
Loki didn't have.
yeah, the mission cards were all pretty much the same.
Yeah, but just different
Uh
colors for each
kind of,
character. Yeah.
yeah, and uh, um the special abilities. Like I did call out like Loki's, but it was still kind of lightly themed.
Hmm.
So the theming is just cool. Like
It's Marvel, so it's easy to get to table, but it's very loose theme.
I mean, I guess just for like to get their game out there, this is what they want to do.
Hmm.
So I think it's a good idea. It keeps me interested, obviously, but like they could have swapped this with, Disney villains, and
Yeah, and I think that's
the
what it is. I think it's
gameplay would have
just
been the same.
a slightly different variation. But again, it's fine, but I didn't feel
It's
like the
not
characters.
oozing. It's not an
Yeah, it's
oozing
not
theme.
oozing
Yeah.
theme. Table presence, it's fine. I like you said, I like the tracker on the side, kind of. It's cards, but the art style I like a lot. It's very like very cartoony comic book. Like the Hulk is big and like green, but it's well done. It's good art style. And
Mhm.
like when it's on a table and you have it all out, it looks good.
Yeah, it's good. Quick setup.
Yeah.
Like good stock cards.
Hmm.
Like I said, easy to set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, table presence good, fun.
Replay value. You and I played it immediately. You took it from me.
Yeah, I did.
Like
I think this
you
will get
immediately were
played.
just like, "Can I have that?" And I went, "Sure," just because I have so many similar. I have too many games,
You're such
so
a
you took it from me, and you're Jones in a play, so clearly it has replay value. If you pulled this out, I'd play it again
yeah,
because of
for
how quick
sure.
it was.
Yeah, yep, for sure.
Yeah. Ease of play. This is a gateway game for sure. This is a great family game. There's not much text. A lot of the cards, like we said, are repetitive, which is good for a family game. So I think like Red Skull, the one card pops up and it's like Captain America, lose two power. Loki has the same card, but it's Thor. So it's like
Yes.
Thor, lose two power. It's just a different picture swap. But that's good because a kid could be playing and use like the visuals to be like, oh, okay, like that does this. He doesn't necessarily need to read.
Yeah, for sure.
So I thought the ease of play was nice. And then luck and strategy, it's a good balance. I think the mission cards flipping
It's
up are luck heavy, but you have to have a strategy of like you said at the beginning of your turn, are you drawing power or action? So it's which are luck dependent, but it's a good balance of like because I think we like I said, the first game we didn't realize how powerful power was. So we
yeah,
burned out. The
yes.
second game, we were like a little more like, oh, I need to draw power. Like we were a little
Yeah.
more conscious of like what we're supposed to be doing.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, but So Selfish Marvel Edition. I personally really enjoyed this game. I know.
Yeah, I did as well. I thought this
Yeah.
was a good game, good gateway gamers game. Price point for us was different, but
Free
what does this go for?
99. I'm pretty sure this is like $20.
I think it's a good price point.
Yeah,
Could be a little
1999
bit.
MSRP.
It
Anything
could be
under
a little
20 is
free.
free, according to my ex-girlfriend who is hugely in debt. Um, but yeah, I think this game is fantastic. I really do. I don't know what the different versions entail. I can't say if Star Wars plays any different. I imagine it does. But if Star Wars is your jam, or Disney villains are your jam, or space, or whatever other version, like I would recommend it if it plays very similar because it's a great gateway family game.
Absolutely. Nothing for me to add over here. I agree.
Yeah,
Um, Price point's good, fun, good theme.
yeah. Stamp of approval.
Sounded more
Um,
like a whip,
yeah,
but
whip of approval. There we go. A little different. My game that I want to talk about is a game that was one of my gateway games into the hobby. This is a game that I played years ago. I bought most of my gateway games. Through the Desert was one of the games I played when I started the hobby, never bought and regret it because it became kind of out of print. I kind of was like, oh, like I want that game. Couldn't find it. I had the app that I played by myself. It was a game that I was always like, oh, I miss that game. I like that game a lot. And then as I got deeper into the hobby, I just kind of forgot about it. So let me give you the breakdown of Through the Desert. So Through the Desert originally came out in 1998. The All Play Edition came out in 2023. It's for 2 to 5 players, plays for 45 minutes, which I think is fair depending on player count. Ages 10 plus, and designed by Dr. Reiner Knizia and published by All Play. All Play is the publisher of Kabuto Sumo.
oh
I,
yes,
I think
yes.
they changed their name because I remember when we reviewed it, it was like boardgametables.com or something.
Oh yeah, it was something weird like
Yes,
that.
so I
Yeah.
think they are now All Play, either that or All Play absorbed that
Hmm.
company. This game is an abstract network route builder, and the general idea is that players are controlling tribes of nomads that are traveling through the desert, hence the name, in control of the desert. Super simple theme, super simple game. I'm going to hit you with the basics of how to play.
To another out here beyond nights,
Keep an eye.
Arabian nights, Arabian day. More often than not, it's
All
hotter
right.
than hot. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Setup for the game is you put the board out. You have to set up a lot of tokens, which is kind of a pain in the ass. There's trees you have to set up at certain spots. It's all the spots are very easy to find on the board. It's just a little time consuming. And then each player takes uh leader caravan riders. So these are camels that have riders on the back of the 5 colors in the game. So you're taking those 5 colors of riders and you're placing them on the board in turn order. So I place a rider, you place a rider until all 5 of the riders are placed. And then on our turn, we're each taking 2 camel colors. So I'll take purple and yellow and I attach them to the rider. So what you're doing is you're taking turns attaching the camels to this long caravan, very much like Ticket to Ride. You're connecting, you can't take a different color, attach it to a different caravan. So yellow with yellow, blue with blue, and you're extending these caravans out. On the map, there's different areas to score. There's water holes. If you place a camel near a water hole, you flip one of the tokens. It could be 1, 2, or 3 points. There's oasis spots. If you are next to an oasis spot, you get 5 points. Another big scoring mechanism is if you like box out an area. So if you're able to take a caravan and connect it from like one edge of the map and move all the way around and connect one edge of the map and basically like box it in, you score each hexagonal grid in there. So if I'm able to box out 5 spaces at the end of the game, I get 5 spaces. This all sounds very easy, but none of our P's colors can touch like my color. meaning that if my yellow guy's caravan is paraded through one part of the map, RP can't have his yellow people touch mine in any way. So it doesn't seem like that's that big of a deal, but we have 5 different color caravans competing with each other. So, and then in the 2-player map, some of the map is shaded off that you can't use,
Hmm.
which we didn't know the first time.
True.
But in subsequent plays, we figured it out. So in that sense, it's a very like tight squeeze. Where in Ticket to Ride, you can intersect. Like your train can kind of go through the opponent's train and like move around. It gets so busy so quick where you can kind of figure out like, all right, RP's come down here with blue. I can't move my blue caravan near his. Let me go somewhere else. And it's very interesting. The game ends when the last color of a particular color is drawn. So if all the purples are gone, whoever has it plays it. Game ends immediately. All the scores are added up. The water holes, the oases, the enclosures, and then whoever has the longest caravan gets 10 points. It sounds very simple because it kind of is. Like it's just moving people around, adding people. There's no cards. So in that sense, like I think it's like really well done. I think it's a really fun game. You only have the 2 times we played. I played this a bunch, as I said, in the past with people, and I played this version edition with other people. 2 players is kind of rough. Like
Yeah, I could
three,
see
four,
that.
this game is a mob fest. Like it is such a take that like mean game with
I
such
could
like a
definitely,
not mean theme. It's
I
just
could definitely see that.
yeah, it's just it's not even you're trying to be mean. Like sometimes you're just putting it down. You're like, oh, I'm so sorry. This is all I have left, and you just kind of put it down. So that's me waxing poetic about it. What's
Yeah.
your opinion on this game?
No, I mean, I echo some of the things that you said. Like the design is great, the board is nice, the gameplay mechanics are fun. In theory, it just is not for me. I did not. It's not that I had a bad time playing this. I would rather play Ticket to Ride. We, you tried playing this more than like a couple times. I was like, I'd get this thing off the table. It took long enough. I got the point of the game. So like when we're sometimes playing games and then playing them to review, there's
Mm.
sometimes different aspects. So we played this one full through twice, and yeah, I was not.
Why'd you like Ticket to Ride more? Like I'm just kind of curious. Like
Choo
what?
choo trains, bro.
Okay.
No, no. I I
Choo
think
choo.
no, I think being able to like interact and intersect and
Okay.
a cooler map because like the map
Hmm.
is fine, but it's very plain. It's
Hmm.
just and it's just like okay, like it just this felt very kid based where Ticket to Ride also is kid based,
Hmm.
but I don't know. There's just a little bit something more to it. I guess. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. These aren't the type of games that I like to play.
Yeah, it's just
I
interesting because it's to me it's very similar. Like it's just and I'm not like being like you're wrong. It's
Yeah.
just very interesting. Like again, we kind of talked about why it works that I'm a gamer and you're a different gamer. Like it's just kind of
Yeah.
like how you see things is different.
I
So it's
enjoyed like
interesting.
I enjoyed like the different aspect of like blocking off the board. Like to me, that was really cool.
Hmm.
And I was like, that's what I was trying to do the entire game. And then I ran out and you won.
Mm.
Um, and there was like a learning curve for sure, but yeah, I don't know. It didn't scratch that itch. Maybe buy this game for like my niece or nephew who
Mm.
are younger uh, and they're looking for like a game. Like this is also a gateway game. Um, but not one I would go looking for, not one that I even remember the name of
Okay.
to play.
What do
Yeah.
you mean? You're going
So
through the desert, bro? Like, come on.
the
It's
only
in the
desert
name.
the only desert that matters is Arrakis, bro.
Jesus. All right. Well, let's go through our basic 5. So theme,
If it ain't
uh,
spice, I don't care.
I think well pretend so that's something we could do. All right. So the theme of this game, with it being nomads going through through the desert, I think is very unique. I could make this a Dune game easily.
No.
Yeah, you
I don't
could.
know. There's too much water.
I take out the palm trees. I
Well, if we're
paint
going
I
later
paint the
into
water, and
if,
instead of
well, if we're going later into the Dune lore, water's available. So,
okay.
um,
And then instead of nomads on camels, it's the people dancing through the desert, like doing their walk.
doing the what is it called? I
The
don't even remember what it's called. Oh my gosh.
the Iraqi shuffle.
Yeah, sure, the Iraqi Shuffle. No, it's like Midnight Walk. I don't
Yeah,
remember the
so
name.
theme, I like the theme, I like the idea of it, but it's not a part of the game. Like it's not important. You
No,
could
they could have
change this to
been
rabbits in a forest eating carrots. It's the same game. It's
exactly. It
yeah,
could be carnival workers picking up poop at a carnival. Like it doesn't.
perfect. Exactly. All
Yeah,
play. There's your
Ringling.
next
There you go.
expansion.
Ringling Bailey, Barnable, whatever. What is
Yeah.
it? Ringling Bailey's and Barnum. What?
They're
Do you
canceled
remember?
anyway. Who cares?
Oh,
Ringling
they are.
Brothers, Barnum Bailey. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
they're
elephants,
canceled.
bro.
Oh,
Saying bro a lot today. I think
sorry. I know. I was
hanging
just
out with
gonna
my
say.
kindergartners too much.
I was just gonna say we're saying bra a lot.
Bruh.
Brah.
The theme is very loose. Like it's not super pertinent to the story because you're not doing much like power wise, but I
It's a
like
fun thing. It's a
I
fun
like
theme.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
fun.
if it was just trains again, it was just like, oh, in our train
Yeah.
game. This is a cool through the desert nomads.
Don't
Table
downplay the choo.
presence.
Don't downplay the choo choos, bro.
I'm not, bruh. Just welcome to the game, gateway game, bros. Table
Oh,
presence. I think
sorry.
this game looks fantastic. When it's all out, the pieces are bright, they're colorful. I think the map you said is kind of boring. I think it's vibrant. Like I think it's nice looking. It's good art.
I
And
wouldn't
then
use
I
fantastic.
like the little 3D palm trees.
I would not. Yes, I will agree. Those were cool. I would not use fantastic on this. I think it looks fine. It looks good. Something that's fantastic table presence is like,
Ticket
uh,
the ride.
yeah, yeah. Take the right. No, it's like Marvel United or the Harry Potter deck builder
Nah,
or
this looks good on a
even
table. When all the pieces are out, when the game is over and you stand back and look, it's vibrant.
it's
It
no
looks good.
villainous. It's no splendor. I'm not trying to be like nitpicky, but like it looks yes, it looks nice as the way that the thimble looks nice on a Monopoly board. Like it's
Oh
just
my god, you're comparing Monopoly?
that's the equivalent of the table presence for me. I'm sorry.
No, you're nuts. I think the components look good. I think the 3D palm trees pop.
Yes,
I think
everything
this
looks
looks
nice.
good on a table.
Yes, it does look nice. Okay, I'm not saying it's a piece of turd on a table, but I'm just saying like the things that we played before and like what looks fantastic compared to this is like okay, sure, yes, it looks nice when it's all okay. Maybe I'm being overcritical,
Nah,
but to me it's
you're
the equivalent of a Monopoly board.
that's bold, but you're fair. That's fair. Firm but fair.
Stern but
Um,
fair.
Ease of play. This game is really simple to kind of teach. It's easy to play. It's literally you take two colored camels, connect them to other colored camels, stay away from your opponent's colored camels. Like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like that's how easy it is to explain. And so what, like you said, I'm glad you said this is a gateway game. I think
Yeah.
this is on par with Ticket to Ride because I think Ticket to Ride is like the most gateway game
Okay.
ever. I think this is
Fair
right next to it.
fair question.
Sure.
It's your son's time to play a game of this
Oh, I can't
caliber.
wait. Can't wait.
What are you pulling out? This or Ticket to Ride?
So you know my son very well. He likes
That's
choo
true.
choos.
That's true.
It's
All
gonna
right,
be
let's say
choo choos.
all right. What age group would you introduce? Like, what is this game built for? Like a 6, 7 year old?
So it says 10 plus. There's no reading involved whatsoever.
Yeah, so probably
So
like
you could
7.
go younger, I think. I think 6, 7 with a
So
competent gaming kid.
he might grow out of that choo choo phase by then.
Yeah.
So let's take that out. Let's take that out of the
I would. That's tough. That's a good question because the card aspect adds a little bit more,
That's true.
but
That's
there's a
true.
lot more strategy in this game.
A little bit. I
I think
forgot
there's
about
a
the card
lot
aspect.
more. The card aspect of Ticket to Ride pigeonholes.
I forgot about the cards.
I think Ticket to Ride is probably actually easier because it tells you where to go.
That's true. That is
So
true.
yeah, I don't know. That's a tough
Think
toss up. I think it depends on the person and the group.
think about it. I want your answer in your next solo up.
Okay, next solo episode, I'll shout it out. But
I
if
want,
I
and
if
then
a gun to my head, I think Ticket to Ride is more gateway, just because the cards tell you what to do, essentially.
okay,
Through the desert, you have a lot more freedom and options and variability.
okay, fair. I
Yeah,
respect that. So is
so
that your
ride.
answer?
Ugh.
Is that your
That's my
answer
final answer.
for what you would introduce to your son?
Yeah, I think Ticket to Ride.
Didn't even leave the
And then
cliffhanger
when
for
he
people to.
becomes a smarter, more mature gamer,
Dude, I was leaving the crumbs. Tuka.
bigger than his uncle, smarter than his uncle RP, he will be playing through the desert with me.
I will be king of rackets by then.
Yeah.
So
Tactics and strategy and luck. There is no luck in this game whatsoever, as I said.
no.
You can see everything that's
Well,
happening. Hold on. All right.
you may run out of pieces.
That's when the game's over. You know when you run out pieces, though.
Yeah, I guess.
It's
But that's
not.
also like luck. Yeah, I guess it's not luck.
No,
But
it's not like you. So that's a viable strategy. If I see purple's running low, I start going for yellow to try to get more points because I know as soon as that purple's gone, it's game over. There's no luck to this game whatsoever. Zero. The only luck would be like when you flip the tokens over is at 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. But
okay, yeah, that's
that's
fair.
not even luck. That's just gambling almost. But yeah, you could see everything. I know everything that you're doing. You know everything I'm doing. You know how many pieces are left. There's no hidden movement. There's no anything. It's all strategy. You, as I said, you choose what to do. Do I want to go after block RP off? Do I want to gain points doing my thing? Like it's you know everything that's happening. It's your choice. So I don't think there's any luck. So I think it's a very heavy strategy game. Where Ticket to Ride has a bit more luck to it.
True. True.
So Ticket to Ride is the more childish game that a baby would want to over the fine palette of
Fighting words.
Through the Desert.
You know, there's gonna be somebody screaming at their podcast
their headphones or car now. If I like I said,
goddamn idiots.
I think they're side by side. I think they're a game is a game as long as you could play it. Like I don't poo poo. I think Monopoly, but I'm saying there are people that will just poop on Monopoly. I love Monopoly. If you love Monopoly, play Monopoly. If you love left, center, right, if you love the Walking Dead dice game, then play those games. Like I'm not just because I don't like it doesn't mean you don't have to like it.
Yeah.
True. But if I like it,
absolutely.
If I like it, it's a good promotion because I'm smart and you'll like it.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True.
But yeah, I think
no, I'm just a little bit more critical.
Yeah, no, and that's why I like.
I think as we're playing, I think we're playing less, and so I'm getting a little bit more critical of the games and seeing what comes in. I mean, obviously, nothing we play is horrendous, but just a little bit more less rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You're getting better with what you like. So that's Through the Desert from All Play, designed by the brilliant Dr. Reiner Knizia. So clearly, this is a smart game for smart people that smart people like. So
yeah, well, you know, oh my God, I'm blanking on his name.
Keep going. Are you trying to name the Ticket to Ride guy?
No.
Oh, it's like R Moon or something.
Who opened Jurassic Park?
Daryl Hannah? No, was it Dr. Hammond?
Dr. Hammond.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Hammond opened a theme park full of dinosaurs and thought nothing would go wrong. Was he smart? Just because there's a doctor in front of it doesn't mean anything.
What a comparison. Apples and oranges over here.
No. Nay.
So anyway, thank you All Play for sending that to us. Thank you Ridley's Games for sending us the copy of.
And thank you all for listening.
You cut me off. You're being selfish. Thank you for sending us a copy of Selfish. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. As always, rate, like, subscribe because we're on YouTube now. Be sure to hit that bell. Boo boo boo.
Boo boo boo.
Um, but checking us out on all the socials. We have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter/X. We got Threads. Happy 1 year anniversary to Threads. Boom, boom, we're on there. Uh, Other socials. What are socials we got? I don't know. I'm lost. That's it.
Twitter. We're on Twitter.
I already said
We're
Twitter
on,
X. X Twitter.
Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. Check
Are
check
we?
us out.
YouTube social. It's losing. I'm losing track of keeping up on everything, but definitely Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. That's our number one. Everything we play is going to be up there, as well as additional stuff that we're playing or eating or reading, and just kind of throwing it up there.
or drinking.
Or drinking. Check out our merch at TeePublic and Redbubble. Both are fantastic. I think one's better than the other, but don't tell them I said that. Just order from both. Stickers, hats, belts, gloves.
Yeah, if you like the show, you want to support us, that's the best way to do it. But also the easiest way to do it is to leave us a rating, 5 stars, or whatever you think we're at, and how we can improve if we're doing what you like. And then even start leaving us reviews or comments on YouTube. I mean, if you really want to help the show, that's the way to do it. And that's how we know that you're listening and that you like what we're doing.
That's right. Because we like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Playing through the desert.
Playing selfish. Through the desert can go pound sand.
Oh, stop it. I'm going to edit that out. Anyway, thank you for listening and see you soon.
Love yous.
Bye.